guys. Hello, lovelies. We are back. Thank you again for joining the journey. It's been quite a while since our last sit down, and I know I owe you guys so many updates. We went from posting once a week to, I think this is my first video in about a month. So let's catch up, shall we? If you are new here, hello, hi, my name is Mary. I am a aspiring entrepreneur and entertainer. I do a little bit of everything: modeling, acting. I do not sing or dance. And if you guys have been on the journey, you guys know that we started off as modeling. We did our first show last year, and don't know what that was. We did our first show last year, and I am still actively being in the entertainment industry, going on auditions and doing all that. A little bit of an update: we have kind of veered into a new avenue. We have added something to the roster. So in addition to being an actress, a business person, a model, we are now a spokesperson and a public speaker. With that being said, it was kind of a natural transition because I've been speaking in churches and conferences and things like that since I was about 9 or 10. So to kind of get back to my roots, it feels pretty good. It feels really, really good. So let's see, what else can we went to our very first movie premiere this past weekend. And I was so very excited. I was invited out to go to a screening to see The Next 365 Days, which is a trilogy on Netflix. So shout out to them. If you have not seen it, pause this video, go watch it, and then come back. Because, oh my gosh, if you have watched the first two movies, you will thoroughly enjoy this third one. I will not give any spoilers because it is a relatively new movie over on Netflix, but go watch it. Please do yourself a favor. So I went to go do that, and I'm gonna give you guys a quick story time before we jump in to the overall theme for this video. So we went on, so I was invited to the screening on a Thursday. The screening began at 7 o'clock. And I live in New York, and so it really wasn't that much of a trek to get there. But my sister, my baby sister, who has made several appearances on my social media, she wanted to go. Like, that was her movie. She absolutely was like, "You're not taking anybody else." She wanted to go. Unfortunately, she got sick a couple days prior to, and I thought she wasn't going to be able to go. So I made a couple of videos asking if anybody wanted to attend the screening with me, who wanted to come to the premiere with me. My sister said absolutely not. She took care of herself extremely well, to the point where she was like better in the day before we left. And so the day before, she was like, "I'm better now, I'm not sick, I can she was determined to go to the screening with me. So I took her to the screening. We get to the city. We get to where we gotta go, and it was just an amazing time. We met some cool people. I did do a couple of videos. It is on all of my other social media outlets. Make sure I'll put that link down in the description. So make sure you go check those out. And also follow on TikTok and Instagram, because I do post more frequently on there, and then I post exclusive content over on my TikTok as well as the Mary-ish Instagram. Not the Mary, not my personal one. My personal one, I very rarely post on that one, but the Mary-ish Instagram, if you want to keep up with the journey, go follow the Mary-ish Instagram as well as Mary-ish over on TikTok. Again, those links will be down in the description. So we get there, we meet a couple of people, have a good time, we go to see the movie. Again, amazing movie. And my sister had her 15 minutes of fame. And if I let my sister tell it, she will say that the gentleman that played Massimo in the film is her husband. If she tells a story, that is her boo, that is her babe, everything. Because she was extremely loud, and if you guys know, I'm a very introverted person. I do not like being the center of attention. Contrary to popular belief, I do not like being the center of attention. But my sister loves it, absolutely loves it. So at the screening, when the actors came out, both in the beginning and at the end of the show, my sister was lost her mind. Oh my gosh, I love you. At one point, she yelled, "Oh my gosh, you're fucking sexy." And I'm just sitting there just like blushing. I'm like, guys, she's not my sister. But admittedly, like, to my sister's credit, she did get his attention, and he was just like, I see you, baby girl, I see you, and melted my whole sister's heart. So she did have her moment, and still to this day, like, I will take pictures. She hung up the posters, the popcorn, everything. The popcorn. So my sister doesn't eat popcorn, and I'm not really a big fan either, but they gave us like little memorabilia box, whatever, like the little popcorn boxes. And they said that we couldn't take them home unless the boxes were empty. Again, I do not eat popcorn like that. My sister hates popcorn. But my sister was like, "It's gonna make my whole night. I really want the popcorn." Da, 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 da. She wants a popcorn container. So I was like, you know what? As the older sister, I invited you to come out with me. I paid for everything. So I'm gonna make sure you leave here with this popcorn container. Instead of dumping it out, which looking back probably was a smart thing to do, I scarfed down 2 boxes of popcorn so that my sister could have her little memory box popcorn thing. Fast forward to the beginning of the movie, to the like middle-ish of the movie, I get sick. And I almost projectile vomited popcorn. Because I was scarfing down popcorn so fast so that my sister could have her box. But she got her box. We're cool. She got her tickets. She got her posters. Like, my sister had a really good time, which was the whole reason to why I did what I did. She was my very first date to a movie screening, and she had a good time, which is all I ever wanted. Like, I genuinely just wanted my sister to have a good time. I took her out on a date. I paid for everything. I paid for our way there. I paid for her food. I paid for everything. She had a good time. We had a good time. And then at the end of the movie, the actors came out again and did a quick Q&A. And again, my sister embarrassed me. My youngest sister, she makes appearances every now and again. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Again, my sister embarrasses me. "Oh my gosh, Mary, he's so..." Like, she's screaming at the top of her lungs, "Mary, oh my gosh, she's so sexy." And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So it was cool. 10 out of 10. Thank you so much. Shout out to One Iota for allowing my sister to have the time of her life. Shout out to Netflix for putting on their screening. Thank you so much for inviting us. I appreciate it, but my sister really does appreciate it. So after the screening was over, it was time for us to go home. And I ended up losing my subway ticket, and I didn't know like how to go about getting like another one. So I tried to finesse it and it didn't work. So we ended up having to walk from West 58th to 34th in New York. And while for me, walking is not that big of a deal, my sister was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So we ended up getting lost because so many people kept telling us we were going in the wrong direction. So we ended up getting lost in the city, but we still had we ended up getting lost. We finally make it to Penn Station, and we hop on the very last train that was leaving that night. So my sister's phone is about to die, my phone is about to die, and we're just hoping and praying that by the time we get to Ronkonkoma, the person that's supposed to pick us up is there, and we can just go home and enjoy the rest of our night. Like, just go to sleep and reminisce about it in the morning. That's not what happened. It's not what happened at all. So as we get on the train, my sister calls the person that's coming to pick us up and was like, hey, we're heading there. We should be there in about an hour. Oh, I'm sleeping. I'm not coming to get you. Like, what do you mean? So we get to the train station and there's nothing there. Like, it's a ghost town. And then we've come to find out that there was a country music concert going on at the same time. So it was just like a rush of people, and then there was nobody. So I look at my sister and I'm like, well, I guess the adventure is not over yet. We have to spend the night in the train station, which for me wasn't that big of a deal. But again, my sister, she's the girly sister. She's the one. I'm not, like, she doesn't like getting her hands dirty. Me, on the other hand, I will do what I gotta do to survive. So we ended up spending the night in the train station because we did not know how else we were gonna get home. Like, our phones were dead. It was just a crazy experience. While we were in the train station, a gentleman took it upon himself to follow us around. And if there's one thing I do not play about, it is my sisters. I will do some unspeakable things to protect my loved ones, but especially my sisters. So after about the third or fourth time of me noticing him, I was like, yo, bro, what's going on? Like, why are you following us? Oh, well, you're two beautiful young ladies. We didn't, I didn't want you guys to, I'm like, listen, I don't need your help, but if I see you again, it's on site. Like, I was not playing games. So then he leaves, you know, my sister tries to sleep. I'm up, like, on some, I was not with it. So long story short, we ended up having to take public transportation the next morning at like 6 o'clock the next morning, taking like a public bus to get to where we had to go. And then at this point we had been up for 24 hours. So we were both extremely exhausted. You could tell that we had just gone to like a movie, or like we were not cute. We were both agitated. It was just a no-go, guy. Like, we were done. And then we ended up getting home, and we were like, okay, we're just gonna nap for a couple of hours and get up and go on about our day. Because at that point we got home at like 9 or 10 the next like 9:30 the next morning. So Friday morning we ended up getting home, and we ended up sleeping a majority of that day. So we were, you know, it was a good time. I woke up, immediately started working on content. My sister woke up and started checking her social media. Yeah. And I posted this over on my Instagram. So my sister found videos of us at the premiere, like having a good time, and my sister lost her mind. Like, if you need to know what I'm talking about, go watch the videos they're over on my Instagram, they're over on my TikTok. Like, she lost her mind when she woke up. Oh my gosh, Mary, we're famous! Ah! And I'm just like, okay, like, all right, this is happening. Like, I am so excited to actually give my sister this opportunity to experience like life and to actually be a fan. But the overall experience was a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend you guys to do that. And seeing my sister so excited about everything, and watching her get dressed and talking, like, I've seen her talk to her friends about it. Oh my gosh, let me tell you what my sister did for me, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, this is what I do, why I do. This is why I do what I do. Like, a lot of the times, like, I find myself wondering why I put in so many hours into creating content, editing content, putting myself out there, and then when I get these small moments, these small victories, both for myself and for my sister, and I see the excitement in her eyes, and I see that she gets to experience something that she never would have experienced otherwise, I'm like, okay, it's worth it. Like, having that 15 minutes of quote unquote 15 minutes of fame for her was worth the 5 and 6 hours a day, sometimes even more, a day that I put into creating content, writing podcasts, producing all these things. It was worth the sleepless nights. Like, it is absolutely worth it. So it was, and even on my worst days, when I feel like I'm not making that much of a difference in the world, seeing my sister wake up and having her have these experiences and letting her live, like giving her a life that I was not able to. Like, I did not go to my first show until I was like 25, but my sister is 20 years old and she's able to experience these things, even if it's like once a month. And I'm so honored to be the one to give that to her. So when a lot of people ask me why I do what I do, to see the joy on my sisters' faces, and I have 4 sisters. I have 4 sisters. I have nieces and nephews who are absolutely my driving force into being successful, because I want them to have the experiences. Like my older sister, she put in me a drive that was like, listen, like she gave me my love of entertainment because I don't sing. I was like, all right, well, she sings, they all sing, I gotta find something for me. And I love photography. So she cultivated that love. My father cultivated that love. And because of my sisters, like, I'm able to do what I do and love it. And then my sister goes and gives me a niece and a nephew. Like, if you think I'm not about to be famous so that my nieces and nephews can experience life, you're bugging. Like, I tell everybody, like, when I have to do Q&As or when people ask me on my lives and my social medias why I am so pressed about family and why I am so enthralled with them and why I'm so obsessed and fixated on the idea of being family famous, it's because growing up, being the mother of the group, I always had to give. I always had to pour out. And when I started to pour back into me and I became full for myself and realized what I love to do, I love to serve. And my siblings, my nieces and my nephews, they have given me so much motivation. Like, anytime I'm like, I really don't want to do this anymore, I can look at my sisters and I can expect my sisters to be like, all right, they keep me on point, especially my baby sister. My baby sister, she does not play games. Like, we don't play games when it comes to each other. But I do what I do for them. Like, I manifest what I manifest for them. I work as hard as I work for them. I look for the experiences that they can have, so that way when it's all said and done and they're like 50, 60 years old, or I'm no longer able to give them these experiences, they can still say that they had them because of me. My baby sister specifically, she made it clear when I first started my entertainment journey that no matter what happens, she's going to be my date to everything. She made it very, very clear. So when I got the notification that I was gonna go to the 365 screening, she was the first person I told. She was absolutely my date. And it broke my heart when she couldn't go, like when we thought she couldn't go. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and it's the first of many. I just got a notification that I'm doing another event, and then I will be I'm scheduled to attend the People of Color Conference in November, I believe. But again, thank you for following the journey. I appreciate every single one of you, because I would not have the platform that I have without you. You guys have made this life so much fun. You guys have given me a life that I never have dreamed of. Like, I knew this is what I was going to be doing. I knew I was going to be a motivator. I knew I was going to be an uplifter. I knew that was going to be my calling. But you guys have made this so much fun. You guys have made the journey, even the low days. You guys have made this journey worth living, and I just want to say thank you from the very bottom of my heart. You guys have just been phenomenal. You guys have loved me, have supported me. You guys have kept me on my toes through everything. I have met some amazing people. I have experienced some amazing things because of you. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to see what God has in store. I'm already beginning to plan 2023, like what we're going to be doing in 2023. I do want to collab with some people. There are a couple of people that I have in mind. There are a couple of conferences that I do want to go to that I'm very excited to attend. And I'm, of course, bringing you guys along for the journey because why not? We are a family here. We are a band of misfits. And again, thank you. I love every single one of you. For those of you guys who support me over on TikTok, thank you. Like, I cannot thank you guys enough. Like, it makes my heart glad to know that my desire to love and support you guys is not in vain. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love every single one of you. And I cannot wait to see what God has in store for us. Again, much love, grace, and peace to each and every one of you. And I will see you all very, very soon. I promise you guys I will come back. I will see you guys soon.